Can you see the humidifier? I turned this humidifier on and then I didn't put on the little top because I wanted the plants to get all the humidity they need, but I also gave the floor all the humidity it needs. Big plant news. Ugh, this lighting is bad, it's not my problem. Big plant news. I was looking at this neon pothos today, or yesterday, I don't know when it was, and it was like kind of dark and I couldn't really see. Can you even see that on camera? Yes, you can. I saw this behind the leaf and then I thought, okay, this plant is rotting, what did I do? I had this up on a high shelf in front of like a south-facing window kind of to the side, and I water it whenever the leaves get really droopy. Like, I don't know how often I water it, maybe once a month, I have no idea. So I saw that and I thought, okay, I've been watering it too often, this plant is rotting. Very happy to report it is not rotting. It has some really cool variegation in it. I bought this plant just as a regular neon pothos. You know, it was really cool. The leaves have kind of darkened. The newer ones are a little bit lighter, but it's always been one color, you know? Every single leaf is basically just the same kind of really light green. But this little chunk of color means there's something fun in here. Not that you weren't fun before, but... Oh, wait! I think there's some on another leaf, too! Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Wait! It's on 3 leaves! Okay, this is really exciting for me and not exciting for anyone that doesn't understand plants or, you know, cares about them, but you can barely see that on camera. You probably can't see it. Okay, I'll film it later, but this is so exciting. I didn't even notice this until now. So it's on 3 leaves so far. They're not really newer leaves. 3 down is the oldest one that has any sort of... There's some with more! Oh my god! This is the best day ever. Oh my goodness. Wow! There's probably so many more that I haven't even noticed. I'll film those later and add them in. Wait, is it even called variegation when it's dark green? Like darker than the actual color? Because it's variegation when it's white, but I don't know if it's variegation when it's just all colors. Anyway, very excited about that. And I got this plant probably a year ago, 2 years ago? I have no idea. It was a lot smaller. It was like a little less than half of this, I would say. And it's been growing beautifully. I forgot to water it when I went on a trip for a little bit, and then it kind of... a couple leaves died, but it's been doing really well. Everything's been doing pretty good. All the leaves look healthy. There's no crispy edges. You know, some of the older leaves like this one are a little beaten down from kind of irresponsible care, but doing pretty good. I'll put that one back there. Next plant news. This ZZ plant. I've had this ZZ plant for maybe 2 years? 3 years? When did I get that one? I have no idea. Probably 2 years. I'm gonna say 2 years. And it was doing really well when I first got it. It's in a different place than where I put it when I first got it, but it hasn't been doing all that well. And same with that one. I don't know. ZZ plants are historically very, very easy to care for, and I kind of wasn't a very good plant parent for a little while. I just kind of stopped caring, which is absolutely my own fault, and I lost some girls because of that, and that is a sad time. But you know, I need to get back into this because I have so many of these and they're finally doing well again, and that's really exciting. Like these leaves you can kind of see here. Maybe you can't. I'll just add more footage. Those leaves are kind of yellowing and browning from just like irregular watering, just not the best care. The thing that got me very excited, and I was a little surprised, was it has new growth. It's very, very small. It's not the classic ZZ like big bulb of growth, and I don't know how often these guys get new growth because I haven't been like into plants in a little while. They've been here, but I haven't been doing regular research like I did when I first got into plants. I don't know how often they have new growth because when I first got them, it had like 3 new little bulbs all the time. and then they just kind of stopped for a year or two. And I don't know if that's normal for them or if that's because of my own poor care, but this one has new growth and it's really exciting because it's like, hey, you've been doing not the best job, but I'm gonna let you know that I'm still alive, and that's really kind, so thank you, ZZ Plant. I need to check on that one because it might have new growth. It probably doesn't. I think it's too far from the window. I don't know. Because I had a shelf here a little while ago, and that's where I put all my plants because I only had that many. I would have them all here, and this is probably 2 meters from the south-facing window. They were doing really well here, so maybe I gotta move them back here. I don't know. It has new growth, and I'm really excited about that. Where do I put this? I don't know. It can go here. This philodendron and this philodendron I've had for different amounts of time. This one I got when it was really, really small. It had like maybe 4 or 5 leaves, and look at how beautifully it's grown! You know, and I don't feel bad for having plants that are really easy to care for and being excited when they thrive because they're really easy to care for. Because it's still a plant that you're keeping alive, you know, there's no shame in doing simple things. You can have like a very fancy, you know, what's that one called? You know, whatever that one philodendron's called, like the pink one that's like $300 for like this much, whatever. Plants like that, or calatheas, you know, just really difficult to care for plants. Or maybe not necessarily difficult, but just kind of diva-y plants that are either expensive or not, like kind of rare or whatever. I have plants in my home and they're doing well and anyone can have them do well, and that's great because, you know, it's still a plant in your home and it's an accomplishment to have something that you cared for do well. I completely forgot to say what kind of plant this is. This is a, you know what, I don't know. This is, I thought it was a philodendron, like a heartleaf philodendron or whatever they're called. I thought when I got this one, because they look really, really similar, I thought they were the same kind of plant. But this one says philodendron cordatum, which is, after Googling it, is apparently uncommon. It's the same kind of plant, I feel like. I've got to do some more philodendron research. I really don't know because it's the same basic leaf shape. I feel like this one's just like a heartleaf philodendron and then this one's also a heartleaf and they just kind of mislabeled it, maybe? I have no idea. Anyway, so that's been some more plant news. Oh, this one has some new growth. A little tiny little baby. Very cute. Anyway, that's been a little bit weird. I'll do more philodendron research and then maybe by the time this comes out I'll figure it out. So, that's plant news. And I also have some snake plant propagations. I'll go get those. These bad boys. So, they started with this little cutting, this big boy, and then it sprouted into all of that, which is exciting. And it's just been in this little plastic cup. This is poor propagation care because I always forget to change the water, like they've gone dry for 2 days. It's a lot. I haven't been caring for these, they've just kind of been there and somehow survived, which I've tried to propagate some other snake plants and whatever else, I don't really remember. That didn't work, they just rotted and died. And I also have some succulent propagations happening. Those are up there and they're somehow alive, which I'm really excited about. But this is the other snake plant propagation. This is a snake plant, whatever snake plant it is, I don't even know. I have one snake plant, no, I have 2, I lied. I have 2 snake plants. One of them is, I forget what it's called, this is what it's called. And then the other one is this one, and I don't know what that one's called, and this was what it's called. This one's been propagating for less time, but it had, I think 3 cuttings. Like it was 1 leaf that I cut into 3. And it's been doing really, really well. It has a slightly bigger container, honestly not even, than the other one. It's got a lot more growth because there's more cuttings. It's doing really good. I've got to pot these, I think, but I don't know because I've never propagated a plant and have it like been alive, so I really don't know. I'm probably just going to do more research and then see if I need to leave it in there for longer or whatever. Those have been doing really well. That's not really news, that's news, but you know, it's news to you because you don't know about my plants, so that's something I wanted to share. It's about the little wins. I also, okay, now I'm just doing a plant tour. Let's just do a plant tour, I don't really care. This is a little rubber tree and it's doing really well. There was a period where it had like one leaf and it was dropping leaves, it wasn't doing so hot, and now it's doing really well, which I'm excited about because I've moved it closer to the sun. It's got a nice spot right here, again about 2 meters or so from the window, and it's got these big beautiful leaves and a bunch of new growth right here. That's really exciting. And I've had it near a humidifier and that's been doing wonders because I get my plants, I know they're easy to care for when I get them if they look remotely normal, and then I'll Google what to do, I'll watch one video and then I'll just leave it up to God, honestly. So I'm really thankful that this one has been doing as well as it has, which is really anything that isn't brown and gray. I visited a greenhouse a couple months ago, and then that one had rubber plants, and there was humidity, and the rubber plants were huge and doing really well. So I thought, let me implement that. And since I did that, it's gotten, what, 6 of these new little baby leaves? Are there even 6 on here? Yeah, there's 6 on here. But it's gotten all of this new growth because of a humidifier, which is awesome! I love discovering little things about plants. Like when you change a little bit of something up or you accidentally leave them somewhere and then they do so much better. It's like when you give up on a plant and then you put it outside and then it has 7 new leaves next week and you're like, okay, so I'm the problem. I'm gonna show one more plant and then I'm gonna go because this was just supposed to be a plant update. Now it's turned into a plant tour, but I don't care because I love watching plant tours, and if you don't, that's not my problem. Okay, this little stand is falling, hold on. But look at this little monster! He loves Lady Gaga. This boy is a, golden pothos? This one's called Lightning McQueen. And just what a gorgeous boy. Look at him! I've had this boy for about 2 years. 2.5 years? 2 years. 1 year. 3? I have no idea. How big were you when I got you? I think he was just in like a 6-inch pot. I don't remember, like something about this size in diameter. And then it's only like 2 inches bigger because I've only repotted this one once, I think. But I honestly don't remember how big this one was when I got it. This one's really cool because it's my biggest plant and my like droopiest plant because it's got these long little vines. And I'm so excited about it because this one's also doing really well, and I love when my plants do well, and I don't care if they're simple to care for because they're awesome. Look how awesome this is. And he's got a little tiny new leaf. He's got some growth. He's always growing. He's always doing his thing. Let me put her back. Does anyone else love assigning their plants pronouns and then misgendering their plants? And that was Big Plant News. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope it was enjoyable to watch. I like watching plant tours on YouTube because it's just so peaceful and everyone has their own little favorites and little whatevers about their plants. I love plants. Plants are great. You know, we don't really give them enough credit for just existing. So if you have a plant, you know, show it some love. Knit it a sweater for the pot or something. Or just talk to it. Give it some more water, give it some more sunlight. Take it outside, go for a walk. Or just, you know, do whatever you need to make your plants happy. Anyway, I'll see you later.